What's up, everybody? My name is Priscilla, and today, guys, I'm going to talk about how I manage my postpartum depression after a miscarriage. As you all know, guys, depression is the loss of pregnancy after 20 weeks, and the loss of the pregnancy after 20 weeks, guys, is what we call stillbirth. And today, guys, I just want to share my experience to someone out there who is experiencing what I went through at that period of time and feel like they need something that can help them within. Guys, I remember when I was losing my pregnancy, it was not an easy time for me and my partner. Actually, that was the most difficult time of my life. And remember, for me, I undergo a complete miscarriage. And losing my baby, it made me to undergo into a postpartum depression simply because, guys, that was a planned pregnancy. And I'm one of those people who have experienced delay in conceiving. Actually, we have tried for a certain period of time before it happened. So this actually affected me a lot, guys. And despite the fact that my partner was there with me at that period of time, it was not enough for me to heal. Of course, it took me a long time. Mine went up to 3 months, and of course, in some cases, some people can even go to a year before overcoming our depression or feeling of anxiety. And this I can tell, guys, because when I was going into depression, guys, I didn't realize it. I found myself into deep depression, guys, and at this point, I was not able to manage it by myself. So I had to go and see a doctor who later referred me to a therapist who helped me with some few things in it, guys. And one thing I learned from my therapist, guys, she told me one thing: time and comfort are the best healers. And after taking this in mind, guys, that was the last day I visited my therapist. Actually, I learned to take care of myself. I learned to give time. I learned to give myself some time to enable my healing process. And here, guys, this is when I taught myself that I need to take care of myself. I need to do some things that will enable me to overcome this. Because she told me it's only me who can help myself overcome this. And this is one thing I came to understand, and this is one thing that I came to implement. And so, guys, I remember when I was experiencing postpartum depression, there's always certain feelings that may come along. There's always this feeling of anger. At that point, guys, at my point of view, I used to feel angry with myself and everyone around me. It was not easy, and it always comes, guys. There's always this feeling of bargaining. Like I used to bargain with God to return the situation as it was before. Because at this point, you feel like no, it has not just happened, and you want God to return the situation as it was. Guys, I've just told you mine was a planned pregnancy, and I had issues with conceiving. And so getting this baby, guys, I was so excited. I was so excited to the fact that I even prepared my nursery. And losing this baby was not easy. Not only for me, but also for to my hubby. This was the hardest time of our lives, guys. Actually, it took me time to forget this. And even 3 months, I just helped myself to overcome this because it consumed me. It consumed me a lot. And there's always this feeling of acceptance. At the end of all this, guys, you always feel like you need to accept what has just happened and move on. At my point, guys, at some point when after I visited my therapist, I reached a point where I told myself that I need to accept and move on. At this point, guys, is when I learned how to move on from this point to another point of my healing process. And before that, there's always this feeling of bargaining, as I've just told you, anger, denial, and now acceptance. Before you reach acceptance, you always pass through these other stages for you to come in terms that you're going to agree of what has just happened and move on. What am I talking to someone today? Why I'm talking to someone today is because most women, we find ourselves in a situation after we have undergone our miscarriage. Sometimes we don't feel like talking about what has just happened. At this point, we find ourselves isolated. We don't want to be with to share what we went through with anyone. So when I'm talking to someone today, I'm just want to share what I experienced, and yet there was no one at that period of time to take me through this. I hate to train myself to take care of myself. I hate to accept within myself that it has happened and I need to move on. And so, guys, today I just want to take through some of the measures I took myself in through my healing process. And before I dive there, guys, not all women who have undergone miscarriages are going to end up depressed. You all know. Somebody might watch me today, they have experienced their miscarriages, and luckily they didn't end up depressed. Of course, there are always some factors that can lead women ending up getting depressed or feeling anxiety. And I've just told you one of the factors that led me into my depression, and that was loss of my planned pregnancy and also a history of infertility, period which has gone for a very long time. Okay, and so other factors, guys, there is no warning sign of the lost pregnancy. There is age of a later gestational, the social isolation, the relationship strain between partners, and prior history of poor coping skills. Those are some of the factors that can lead us women going into postpartum depression. And here, guys, is when I'm going to take you through some of the measures that I learned to took it myself that enable my healing process. And some of these factors, guys, are what I did in person, guys, is that I asked for help in breaking the news. At that period of time, guys, I was working, and you know, when you're going to work, people will be concerned about what's happening with you. They may want to know why are you quiet, why are you this way, because you know, when you are that kind of person who's joyful, talking to people, of course they'll be concerned about what's happening to you. So I helped myself having easy time at work. I remember I told one of my colleagues what has just happened to me, and she enabled me spread the news around my workplace, and I had an easy time at the work. Okay, guys. Another message I took, guys, is don't take hurtful comments to heart. At this point, guys, you may find people coming around. Of course, they are innocent telling you these words. Some will tell you, okay, it has just happened. You'll get another baby. It will take time. You'll heal and you'll move on. At this point, I used to feel like they're hurting my feeling. Of course, for them, they are innocent when they're telling you this. They don't mean to harm you at any point. But for you, you're the one who know what you're experiencing. So at some point, for me, I even took those words at heart. But I came to realize when I took them at heart, it continued hurting me. So I learned not to take those words to heart. I learned to accept that when somebody is talking to me, they don't mean to hurt me. The only problem that is happening here is that they don't understand what I'm passing through. Another message, guys, I took is that help others understand. And I've just told you, people may come in telling you words which they don't mean to hurt you, but for you, because you're passing through something, you feel like they're hurting you. Because we have just lost a baby, and someone may come in and tell you that you'll just get another baby. You know, only that point, guys, can make you angry, because you feel like this person doesn't understand. And of course, at this point, you need to help people understand you. So at my own point of view, guys, I used just to tell people, the closest people around me, that what losing a baby means to a woman. At some point, I even used to direct them to read certain books about lost pregnancy and how to manage postpartum depression, for them to understand me. So I helped myself and made my work easy by educating people to understand my emotion. So whenever they found me angry or just tired, don't want to talk, at some point they used to understand me. Another message that, guys, I took is that don't apologize for your pain. I came to understand this because at some point, not only me, but there's women who may find themselves in a situation where they are surrounded with people who don't understand. Some of us have partners who don't understand what losing a baby means. and they may pressure you to move on. They may pressure you to get pregnant again. They may pressure your healing process. They may rush you to overcome all this and move on with life. At this point, guys, you don't need to apologize for your pain, because it's only you who understand what you're going through, and it takes time, guys, for you to heal. It always takes time. As for me, I've just told you mine took 3 months, and for certain people, in some cases, it even goes for a year. And here somebody is rushing you to move on. At this point, some of us may feel sorry for them, may feel that we need to move on so that we can please our partners or even our parents and do what they're telling us to do. And it's you who is going to suffer, because if you're going to fasten your healing process and you're not yet there, guys, there are cases that when you're rushed getting pregnant again, you'll experience recurrent pregnancy, because at this period of time you're not yet healed and you're rushing your healing process. So it's advice, guys, you take your time. It's you know what you're going through. You take you're going to enable your healing process to end, guys. You're going to take all the measure and you're going to accept it, guys, for you to enable yourself to carry another pregnancy. Okay, another measure, guys, you should take today is that you need to seek support. At this period of time, when you're experiencing this, you need someone to talk to. As my point of view, guys, I remember talking to one of my friends who has undergone recurrent pregnancy, and this friend of mine has lost 5 pregnancies. And one thing that inspired me to talk to her is that after the loss of the 5 pregnancy, guys, he managed getting pregnant again. I was so impressed when I talked to her, and actually she's the one who has helped me through my healing process. Actually, her words, what she has undergone, and me seeing her carrying a baby at that period of time, okay, made me like feel that okay, at some point it will end. At some point I need to understand this thing happened, because there's always time for everyone. There's always time for everyone, and of course you can't prevent something from happening. Of course it has already happened and I could not prevent it, so at some point I need to accept. And here, guys, you can find in some people's scenario, for me, I found someone talking to, and which really helped me. And when you're finding somebody to talk to, maybe find someone who has undergone the same experience you're passing through, because 20% of pregnancy, guys, mostly end up in miscarriages. And you may find that one of those people, one or two people or people around you, guys, have undergone this process. They have at one point of their life they've undergone miscarriages, and it's easy because for me I found one at that period of time, and also it's easy because you can always find people along to talk to. And not only talking to people, you can even go and join a support group whereby there are couples who are undergone miscarriages usually attend. You can join them and go and express your feelings there, guys. Another measure, guys, you should all consider taking, guys, is to be mindful of your feelings. At this point, guys, there's always that time when your friends are inviting you for baby showers and you're not in a position to see a pregnant person. For me, I remember one of the things that I took at measures at that period of time, guys. I used to sit at my house wherever I was supposed to go and attend my friend's baby shower or some of those events. I was not ready to meet them, and so I used just to tell them something that just happened and tell them that I'm with them, but when I'll be okay, I'll come see them. That's how, guys, you're going to manage yourself feeling this. Another measure, guys, you always talk. You can also take, guys, is that ask for household help. At this period of time, guys, we always need someone around. We always need someone to help us in household because we're managing something. At this point, you need to heal physically and emotionally. And for me, I remember my hubby was around helping me. He came at handy at this period, guys. He used to help me wash dishes, clean the house, because there was a lot that I was managing at that period of time. And it gave me an easy journey to manage this. And also, guys, we need to think about anniversary and holidays. There's always that day that remind us of what we went through. There's always that day that remind us of what happened. That is the day that we lost our pregnancy. And when those days come along, guys, it's advised that we engage ourselves in activities. That for me, I'm a movie person and I like listening to music. So when those days usually come along, I used to stay in my house, watch a movie, a series, or just listen to music. And usually it used to help a lot because I used to forget what happened and move on. And also, for some people, you can even attend a church service, or you can go see your best friends, make stories, or at some point, guys, you can even go and join those groups of couples who have undergone the same experience as you have just undergone. And this, guys, is going to help you through this. Another thing you should all consider, guys, is that you should consider the future. At some point, guys, there are people who give up early. There are certain situations where people have experienced a recurrent pregnancy, and you find most women giving up on this, or rather couple giving up on themselves and feeling that they're not able to carry a pregnancy at time. No. At this point of time, guys, it's advised that you go to your doctor who is going to advise you on your future pregnancy journey. And now, guys, is when I'm going to end my video, and I hope you learned something from my video, and you're going to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so that whenever I post a video, you may be the first one to view and comment.